Yeah, I am keeping the tension. There is a check here, but okay, whatever. I have to take this. He's going to do the check. I have to block. He's going to take here. The rook on a1 is hanging. The knight is hanging. But he has bishop a6 with a checkmate in one move. Guys, welcome to another video of Reinaldo Chess Lesson. For today, we are going to do a new series of climbing the rating tower. We are going to be playing with an alternative account. The nickname is Ray Chess Lesson. This account was created in chess.com in order to play this series. Currently, my rating is 1863, and we are climbing. So remember, the time control is 5+5. This is really this is rapid chess, but on chess.com is considered as a blitz game. Let's look for the first opponent of the day, and let's try to play at least a couple of games. Okay, we have here Nightmare from United States. White pieces. Let's play e4. Okay, we have a Sicilian defense. So recently I have been talking with some students about the closed Sicilian. So let's give a try to this. Well, with f4, we have the Grand Prix attack formation. That is a way to play the closed Sicilian. And here we have this e6 move that is looking for a quick d5, like in the French defense. By the way, this is one of the most challenging way to play against the closed Sicilian. Let's just develop the inside knight. Maybe black is going to play d5. Okay, he did a6. Looking at this move, he's probably trying to prevent that my bishop goes out. So I will need to play with the bishop inside the pawn chain. Probably g3, bishop g2. So let's continue normally here with d3. Yeah, I also think probably I could transfer the position to an open system with d4, because after e6, the d pawn can be a backward pawn. Maybe d3, it could be a bit premature, but I don't think that it's too bad. But I am just defining the position. Maybe g3 looks a little bit more flexible. Yeah, he's thinking a lot. I think d5, yeah, is the natural reaction. Now I can play g3, I guess, looking for bishop g2, because the bishop is doing anything in this diagonal. In case of the capture, I guess that I should recapture with the knight. But also the recapture with the pawn, I guess that it may be possible to try to play an endgame. Okay, and now black is playing knight f6. Here I have the possibility to push the pawn to e5. But if I do that, I'm going to have maybe an inferior version of the French defense. So I'm not too sure if I really want to make that move right now. Another option is bishop g2. I'm going to play bishop g2, because if I close the center, black can get a better version of the French defense, because I should have those pawns on c3 and d4, and my knight there is blocking the c pawn. So it's not advisable close the center, kicking the knight. Okay, he is attacking the knight. This is a quite common idea. Right now I have two main options. I can go to e2, hoping to transfer the knight to g3 and continue with my kingside attack. And the other alternative is knight b1, looking for the d2 square to try to get the c4 square, because after the advance, this is the new weaknesses created in the position. I think knight e2, well, the trouble with this plan is also the dart square bishop can be blocked. So I'm going to play knight e2. Normally I like knight b1, but the bishop can be blocked. Okay, he's looking for this fianchetto. I have to look for some tactical opportunities, because the knight on c6 is hanging. I can do e5. But if I play e5, he can play knight d5 and later try to get the e3 square. So probably I have to be patient. Let's just keep developing and without define the structure of my central pawns. Yeah, right now I have a kind of Indian attack formation. So play h3, g4 to try to do some g5. It can be a plan. So I'm going to do h3, preparing g4 to enable g3 for the knight, and later do g5. Because if I play g4, g5, then I can come to h5. But if I bring my knight to g3, okay, right now it looks like black is trying to castle long. Yeah, and later if I do the expansion, I can give to black some pawn breaks. So I should try to find a way to persuade my opponent and do that. Yeah, well, I have this rook tour, but really, I don't think that. Okay, I'm going to play g4 just to enable g3 for the knight. He's going to castle long. It's difficult really because I cannot play c3 because my pawn will be exposed, and a3 b4 can be interesting, but he's going to win a pawn. But okay, I think that I have to wait a little bit. Also, I can take this square in the center with knight e5. Also with g4, I am removing this square. Probably if he castles long, I can play knight e5. Knight e5 is interesting, but I think I can wait a little bit for that. I'm going to keep playing knight g3. Also knight g3 enable the e2 square for my queen to try to connect the rooks. Now g5 is stronger. Probably if he castles, I win the pieces with g5. Because if I push g5 right now, the ga square is a unique square available. So if he castles short, that seems to be a natural move, he's losing the game on the spot after g5. Yeah, those type of positions used to be very slow. Usually we have to be very patient. Yeah, 95 is interesting all the time. Finally, he's casting long. Now, 95 can be very annoying, I guess, because he have to play queen e8, unique move. Also, I have knight g5. I'm going to do this move. Because the difference is that now the queen is not protecting the pawn on f7. If I open the file, I can win the f7 pawn. Let's do this. Yep. Extra pawn. Some pressure, g7 is hanging. I guess that black should try to trade pieces, but maybe he's worried about g7. Maybe a move like g6 just to protect the pawn makes a lot of sense. Also, the pawn there can control possible knight jumps to h5. But I have bishop g5 to increase the pressure on the pin and also hoping to connect the pieces. Queen f3, rook f1, just keep playing on the king side because after all, my pawn structure is pointing to that sector of the board and I should play there. Yeah, this bishop is not too good. Notice that it's completely blocked. But at some point in the very long term, I can do something like h4, g5 to try to enable the h3 square for the bishop and relocate it. Yeah, he's thinking a lot. It's a difficult position, but I think that he has just to play g6. Maybe he's thinking about sacrifice the pawn. Maybe something like queen c7 to try to take this pawn. Because if I capture, he take, and he's going to be attacking the rook. Actually, it's not too easy to defend this pawn. Okay, he did queen e8. If I take the pawn, he's going to play bishop fa, and my rook don't have too much squares available. Okay, I can take the pawn in a greedy way, but I think I'm going to play queen f3 to connect the pieces and hoping to kick the pressure, to kick the tension, because he have to be still concerned about the pawn. Now I can take the pawn. He want to capture the knight and later queen fa, and the rook can be trapped, but I can play knight h5 to defend the rook. So, oh no, he's going to take my knight. What can I do here? Knight h5 is an option as well. Rook takes, queen fa. Okay, this is risky, but I'm going to take some risks here. Yeah, because my knight don't have return. He have to play queen c6 now. The trouble for him is that he cannot develop the pieces. He cannot develop the knight anywhere. Yeah, queen c6. And after queen c6, what? Can I play rook fa? Maybe. But he can come back to e7 all the time. What about g? I am liking this move, g5, to prevent that the bishop come back, and maybe some queen g4 ideas. Now queen g4. The bishop is hanging. You have to take on g5, but I am taking on e6 with some discovering attacks ideas. If he take with the bishop, I can capture on e6 with the knight. It's looking good. Finally, I'm not losing the knight. Okay, he took with the pawn. Okay, I have to do this. If he blocked, this is the logical move to cover the diagonal. I win with rook fa. But also, yeah, because if he moves the king, the rook is hanging. And also it's getting short on time. Okay, knight a6 in between move is hitting the queen. But I can take the rook with check. And later the queen. If he take my queen, I take his queen. His knight is hanging. He have a check here, but I can come back with the rook. Maybe knight a6, but I have this desperado sacrifice on b7, and later I can do a maneuver with the knight. Okay. Yep, I won the game. I think that I can do the review of the game, but I'm not too sure if I can do it with this account. Let me just try. Okay. Yeah. Now I remember that I cannot do this right now, but after the second game, we are going to do a quick review for this game, just to be sure, if we play at least the opening correctly and without big mistakes. Yeah, and just to identify if we miss an opportunity. Let's look for the second game. A new one. Hopefully this time we are going to play with black pieces. Let's see, new game. Okay. Looking for the next opponent. Yeah, by the way, with that victory, we crossed the 1800 barrier. Now we are in 1900, so probably we are going to play with, opponents close to 2000 rating. That used to be pretty good. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Another opponent from United States, Bluetooth, and is opening with D4. Well, let's play something. Let's do knight f6. I am thinking in let's do the King's Indian defense. Okay, he's doing f3. He's looking for e4 in order to have the Samish structure. So this move is a pawn move in the opening. So he's delaying development. And normally when that happens, we should try to react in the center as soon as possible. In this order of ideas, I think, well, he's pushing e4 and that's very annoying. I'm going to play c5 just to start to undermine the center. He's going to play d5 that controls c6, limiting my development, but also, the advance of the pawn gives to me new breakpoints, and I guess that after e6, he can play e4, but I have to be careful because in some lines, if I play e6 and pawn takes, he can play e4 and e5, and that can be very annoying. So also b5 can be interesting in some circumstances, but I'm going to just to keep developing. He's going to play e4, let's castle to be ready to open the center. Yeah, if I play e6 now, he push e5, so I have to do this to prevent e5, and now finally I am ready to open the center. I have to open the center because, white is behind in development. The point of this structure is that if white manage to consolidate the advantage of a space, white position can be very good, almost winning. And if not, well, black can try to develop some counter. Bishop d3, well, open the center. He's going to take with the c pawn. And now I have to keep undermining the center. And in order to do it, f5 is the next pawn break, but my knight is blocking the pawn. So here, I'm not too sure if knight h5 is a possibility. I guess that in case of knight h5, he can try some g4 to force me to come back losing a tempo. So maybe because of that, I have to consider other alternative. But yeah, because now I don't have the check on h4 because he's ready to block. This bishop is hanging. Some rook e8 may be interesting because he have to complete the kingside development, or maybe he's going to play queen d2. I am spending a lot of time here, by the way. I cannot develop the last square bishop. I would like to do f5, but I have a bad feeling for that move. So I guess I'm going just to develop the other knight and to wait a little bit before do something too committal. Yeah, okay, he's looking for this battery. Clearly he's going to castle queenside, and maybe, he's going to try to trade that square bishop. So I'm going to play rook e8 to look at the king and to be able to retrieve the bishop in case of bishop a6. Okay, knight g3. Knight on 3 knight, he's making room for the last square bishop. Probably he wants to castle short. Okay, now I can do h5. Try to play h4 followed by knight h5. And those knights here can be harassed by the lateral pawn. This is a well-known positional pattern. Yeah, also, well, my rooks are disconnected. This bishop is still a little bit passive. Okay, he did that. Probably he can come back to... Yeah, also he's reinforcing this, so there is no pawn breaks there. let's see. 95. Maybe interesting. H4, 92, 95. But I am a little bit worried about this move because after some bishop g5, the pawn can be hanging. Well, now h4, h3. If I manage to undermine the base of the pawn chain, eventually I can play 95 attacking here. But I'm not too sure if do 95 right now, but I think that I have to take advantage of this opportunity. Now this is a pawn sacrifice, but if he takes, he will have double pawns, and also this is going to be hanging. I think the move to undermine the base. Oh, sorry. To undermine this base. And if f3 is weak, I can play now 95. I guess that he can castle. But okay, I have to do this. I have to play in this way. Yeah, he's going to castle, sure. Now I have some c4 ideas. He can retreat the bishop. Okay. Yeah, if he play f4, I have the g4 square. So my knight is pretty strong there. Let's see how to continue here. Knight h5. Also, I would like to play b5 before, but I cannot do it right now. Well, this looks a little bit slow and risky, but I think I have to do it. Okay, he's preventing b5. Can I try queen a5, queen b4, knight c4? He has some knight b5 move. But okay, let's do this. The idea is try to bring the queen here and play knight c4. And maybe I can at least win the bishop pair there, I guess. Yeah, he's playing very fast. Now he's ready to play f4 because he enabled this square, but he has some future background issues. In the endgame, maybe. If he play f4, I can go knight g4, but I can go also knight c4. Okay, he did that move. This bishop is well defended. So I'm going to kick the plan. Probably he's going to take because, yeah, his direct square bishop is more important. But also, okay, all his pawns are on lion square, but I have the bishop pair. Potentially, you know, there is some sacrifice on e4 followed by rook takes, queen takes, and there is some checkmate here. Okay, there is an X right here. That's not good. That's not good. So let's move out of the fire line immediately. I like knight takes e4. You know, if he don't play something, you know, too important, I'm going to sacrifice my pieces for the 2 pawns, but opening the lines for the rook and for my lion square bishop and for all the pieces in general is looking very good. It will be my turn. I am guessing that this move should be winning. Knight takes, rook takes. Well, I have to do this. I don't know if it's correct or not, but I have to do it. Yeah, it's too fun to to don't do it. He's going to take on d6, but right now I don't care about material. I just want to bring my rook and I try to attack on the king side with all the pieces. Also, I have some bishop g4 ideas. He cannot take the rook. He don't have a way to attack the queen, at least right now. He's going to take on d6 for sure. I can bring the other rook. He can capture on c5 maybe. But I have rook takes the knight, bishop takes the queen, rook takes here, and that position should be fine. Yeah, this is what I was saying, you know. The sacrifice is really very unclear, but the position arises, you know, in the practical point of view, is extremely difficult to play for black. Because I have a piece of disadvantage, but good coordination, and everybody's playing. Only this rook is waiting for his moment. And it's really hard to suggest a move for white here, I guess. Maybe a good idea can be tried to something like knight b1 to offer the trade of queens, but after queen takes b2, I think I can win back some material, and also this knight can be hanging. So yeah, I'm not sure. No, I can just trade queens and win back the pieces. Yeah, if you play knight b1. I was thinking in knight b1 as a defensive resource, try to trade queens, because the king is very exposed. Even the spice in the corner is very exposed. Okay, queen d3. Now can I put bishop f5? He's looking for queen b5 maybe, straight queens. If I double rooks, I guess that I need to play with all the pieces, but bishop f5 is quite tempting. Oh no. Let's do this. I'm not sure about this move. If half, oh, what I am doing. Okay, bishop f5. Now rook takes f4 is incoming. Oh, b2 is hanging. And I have the checkmate on g2. Yeah, I have only 26 seconds. You have to move the queen somewhere, but I can remove the defender in some cases. Okay, that move. Can I play rook d4? Rook takes f4. Let's do this. I don't want to lose my lives for bishop. It's too important. Also, I could capture on b2. Yeah, the capture on b2 looks crushing. But he has some rook a2. The position is really complex. I don't want to lose my lives for bishop. I want to preserve some options to pin the queen. He's going to play rook d1 maybe, but there I can take on b2. Yeah, I am keeping the tension. There is a check here, but okay, whatever. I have to take this. He's going to do the check. I have to block. He's going to take here. The rook on a1 is hanging. The knight is hanging. But he has bishop a6 with a checkmate in one move. Have to take this, check this. Everything is hanging. He's pretty nervous. I am very sure that he have a winning position. He's doing this check, but after king a7, I don't know what I did there. I think I have the feeling that my king was very exposed. And that move was horrible, honestly. I should not trade queens. Because I was attacking. Yeah, now probably I have a losing position. Bishop d5. I have to play g5 to avoid the checkmate, and yeah, this is a losing position. Now my unique resource is try to flag him, I guess. This is hanging. Bishop d5, g5 to avoid the checkmate, the morph mate, also known as the opera mate. Okay, what he's trying to do, he's trying to take this. This is not looking good. I am sacrificing the pawn just to make some room for the king, because I was in a checkmate net there. Maybe I am still in the checkmate net. Yeah, this is mate. Okay, wow. Good game. Rook g5 and it's game over. Very good game by my opponent. Okay, now let's go to the analyze board in order to see what happened here. This game was a mess. I think that at some point I managed to create something interesting, but I am very sure that I should miss something tactically, because that position looks very good for black. So, okay, let's start with the analysis of the games. In the first one, I was playing with white pieces. My opponent from United States decides to use the Sicilian defense, and I was using the closed Sicilian with Grand Prix at that formation. Here, if you can see, I'm not too sure. Well, there is a report that says shows the accuracy of the game. In this game, I did it very well with 99% of accuracy, and my opponent 85%. And also the graphic was very good. So let's open the analyze board and until get the critical moment of the game where my opponent was on disadvantage. So, and also to follow the theory. So we have some opening move, and here a6 is not bad, but d5 is much better. The idea of a6 is prevent some bishop b5 in some lines, but also delay the central reaction. Okay, d3, and here I command during the game that probably open the center with d4, being flexible and changing to a sort of open system. It would be a better way to try to exploit the advantage of the fact that the d pawn may be a backward pawn now. But okay, I did d3, that is also fine. Okay, now bishop g2. Here on the suggestions, okay, 95 is a little bit strange, but also e5 is suggested, but I dislike the fact of close the center. But it's a principle move. Normally, if we can kick the knight, we should do it. Okay, b4. Here, let's see if knight b1 is in the auctions to try to get c4 eventually. But here I went for the kingside attack. So, okay, castle, bishop b7, so far so good. h3, queen d7, g4. Okay, and maybe this move, according to the computer, is an inaccuracy because now f7 is hanging and it can attack the pawn immediately. So here, black have to find a way to protect the pawn. And I guess that the best way to do it is retreating the queen to e8. He tried. That is still okay, but now this was, well, I will not say the losing move, but now black is losing a pawn in a forced way. So honestly, I don't like the capture of the knight, even despite the second engine suggestion, but the difference between the top move and the second one is more than 0.5. So we can consider this as the breakpoint of the game. The rest of the game was, was pretty smooth. At h5, yeah, I was, unsure about this plan because it looks like my knight is trapped, but I was on time to put pressure on e6, winning the pawn, yeah, g5, and now after queen g4, e6 is going to fall, and with that, all the black structure. Okay, now let's go to the review of the second game. That really this is, more important even for me, because I lost this game. My opponent played very well during the game. Yeah, the report says, it was a wild game, very chaotic, where both players have many chance to win. So if we compare the accuracy in the first one in the second game, in this second game, the accuracy for my opponent, it was 63%, and for me 58%. So clearly he played better than me. Let's do a review. So here he did this move f3, that this kind of structure is known as the sandwich formation. Usually, break the central control can be quite challenging for black. Okay, so far so good. Opening the center. Yeah, knight bd7. Here, I was considering knight h5, but I was worried about g4. Let me try the move. Yeah, clearly it's not a good move. After this move, it's +1 for white. Knight bd7, more development. Normally, if we don't know what to do, develop the pieces in the opening phase cannot be bad. So queen d2. Okay, the engine is suggesting a4, I guess, to prevent some possible b5, but I am not ready to play b5 yet. So, okay, rook e8, knight g3, h5, bishop d3, h4, good. Yeah, and right now the position is negative 0.8 in my favor, so the computer is liking black position, h3. Okay, the unique move to preserve the advantage. g3, knight e5, looking for the royal fork on f3. So castle. Yeah, and here the computer is suggesting knight takes on d3. So for some reason during the game, I didn't notice that I could win the bishop pair. I did something very weird. I transferred the queen to b4 to support c4 to play knight c4 to win the bishop pair, and I could take the bishop immediately. So I was blind, I guess. Also, well, even noticing that I can capture here is controversial because all the pawn structure is on ladder square, but a bishop is a bishop and the position have all the potential to be open, so I should take it. So yeah, really, this is a case where, I don't know, I just didn't see correctly the board. Okay, bishop d7, a4, queen a5. Yeah, here still knight d3 is an option to consider. Yeah, queen a5 is not in the top engine suggestion, but still good. Okay, king to the corner, queen b4, bishop b5, and according to the computer, this is the first evident mistake of the game. And yeah, for sure, if I trade bishops, I can remove the defender of the c4 square and then play knight c4, forking the queen, winning the dot square bishop. That is the most important pieces for white. Also, the queen is going to be overloaded. So I should trade bishop to remove the defender of the c4 square. Instead of that, I did knight c4, what is a blunder, and now white is better with +1. Takes, rook f c1, blunder according to the computer. And here I did queen b4 to be out of the x-ray, but I miss a winning chance that it could happen with bishop g4 according to the computer, because in case of capture, I can take on e4. Yeah, I guess that the idea is going to try to use the e4 square with the queen. It's more or less the same idea in comparison with what happened in the game, but for sure in better conditions. Okay, after rook f c1, queen b4, bishop f4, and here we go. Knight takes e4 is the best move. And rook takes e4. Okay, well, it's always nice to see a brilliant move. This is not too frequent in the reports of the games. Now, why did queen d3? Okay, and here I did a blunder, throwing away all my advantage. I remember that in this position, I hesitate between bishop. Those were my two candidate moves. I wanted to preserve the initiative. The thought move is rook EEA. Backward moves are always pretty difficult, especially in the middle of an attack. But it makes sense to open the diagonal for the to join the bishop, in the attack. So I did this, and after knight takes, yeah, now I can win the game, I guess, with bishop d2, because the queen cannot stay in the forehand to defend the rook. So I missed this backward move. My opponent missed the backward move as well. He did knight c3, missing the winning chance. And here I should take here, according to the computer, I did bishop f5, another blunder. Yeah, and now the most important mistake of the game. After g4, I can simply move my rook to e1 with check, winning the queen on d3. And I didn't know what to do, and I did rook d4. That is the four best option available in the position. But yeah, now he can take the pawn, everything is defended. He didn't do that. He played queen f3, and now I am winning again. I can capture the bishop for free. Instead of that, I did bishop d3. So literally, I miss in this game, very basic things, like the check, winning the queen, and also here, I could just take the bishop. So, well, you can see, comparing both games, the first one was very slow, more positional. I consider myself, a positional player, not too good on tactics, as you could see in this game. But time to time, we should try to play a little bit of everything. Also, do sharp variations, in order to force ourselves, to be, to try to do what create on us, most difficulties, and hoping to develop that universal style that all the players should try to develop. So, well, with this, we finish with the analysis of these couple of games. Despite the bad result in the second one, I hope you find this instructive and didactical. The explanations and the comments. Thank you very much for follow the content of the channel, for your company and your support. I really appreciate it. And hope to see you soon in another series of Climbing the Rating Tower. Bye, guys. Take care.